Both Sarah Palin and Chuck Grassley supported end-of-life voluntary counseling themselves.
Have you read the section?
So the idea that somehow now they're opposed to it is just as outrageously false.
Keith,
and
have you read that section?
Hang on. Go ahead.
Have you read that section? It's a simple question.
All right, hang on, Jerry. Keith, please finish your point, and then we're going to move on.
I just can't tell you how disappointed I am that Jerry is continuing to spread this misinformation.
I can't tell you how disappointed I am you're supporting legislation you haven't read.
I didn't say that.
Well, actually, has anybody in Washington read this legislation? I mean, that's an interesting question. Let me go to Liz Chatton. Liz, welcome to the program. Appreciate it. You've heard our opening dialogue, but I do want to come back to this point. Does Mr. Obama do himself any good? Does he look like he's on the defense or offense? Does he look strong or weak? Because I think that's the biggest political question out there.
Absolutely, and I think he looks strong.
Absolutely,
I think he looks strong. I'm absolutely saying that it is important for him to be out there, and he looks strong and presidential. Does he look defensive? Yeah, let's be honest, the entire country's on the defensive after the onslaught of radical crap that has been spewed at these town halls, okay? Everybody in America is on the defensive right now. So does he look defensive? No, to me he looks presidential. He is talking about the facts. This death board, that is not a fact, that is a lie. Everybody who's read that bill, including me, knows that's a lie, all right?
I'm sorry, you've read that bill?
Absolutely, I've read that bill. I've read 3 versions of the 5.
Really?
Thank you very much. You know what? You don't even know what you're talking about. You haven't read that bill. You think it's a death board.
If it's not urging someone to end the life.
All right, we're going to have.
It's not what it says.
We're going to have to get someone. We're going to have to get someone to read the bill on the air. But before we do that, let me go to my pal DeRoy Murdoch. DeRoy, Rasmussen polls, very interesting. Rasmussen polls show 42 favor this plan, 53 against. On seniors, DeRoy, 20 points down. Seniors are opposed to this plan by 20 points. The pay-to-play betting parlor in trade shows now only a 35% probability. About 3 weeks ago, it was a 50% probability. And I want to put some CNBC stock market content on this. Insurance companies have had a great month, despite the threat of Mr. Obama's offensive to get health care. Humana is up there. You can see it, 23%. United Health up 13%. Aetna 7.5%. WellPoint up 4%. And in fact, speaking of price controls and government takeovers, even the pharmas have done pretty well, with Merck leading the way, Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson. So I guess what I want to know, DeRoy, looking at these data points, heaven forbid we should use data points, the protests, the populist protests, have they done good for Mr. Obama, or have they done harm to his program?
I think they've done tremendous harm to his program. I think what they've illustrated is that the American people are turning out by the thousands across the country to express to their representatives their concern and their frustration about this piece of legislation, which is enormous. It's like War and Peace without the plot, 1,017 pages. Very convoluted. No one understands it. If you don't understand it while it's being debated, imagine how difficult it'll be when you're trying to implement it. President Obama also said some things that are not so. He said that the AARP endorsed this proposal. They, in fact, have not done so. And he's gone around the country saying if you like your health insurance, you can keep it. Well, if you own your health plan, that's true. But if you're working for a company and your boss suddenly decides, you know what, I don't like my current health plan, I'm going to go for the public option, guess what? You've just lost your health care, and you're now in the government option because your boss, not you, your boss has decided that. And I really wish what we'd have in this country is individually owned plans that people can own, take from job to job or from job to self-employment, and have that as private property, just like your own life insurance, which you own. Why should people have to rely on their bosses for their health insurance? You ought to own your own plan, carry it throughout your career, and actually be the person who makes these decisions rather than have to rrely either on government or on your boss to decide what kind of health care you have.
Keith Boykin, let me ask you on the way out. We're going to come back for another long segment. But, Keith, I want to ask you on the way out. So, there's a rumor going around that President Obama went to Montana to play up to senior Montana Senator Max Baucus, who is the chairman of the very powerful Senate Finance Committee, which at the end of the day is going to have a lot more influence than any other committee. Now, Baucus has basically said no government insurance plan. He wants an exchange, some kind of cooperative exchange. And that's what the rumor is. Is the government insurance plan dead? Maybe that's why private insurance companies are doing so well in the stock market.
No, the public option is not dead, Larry. I think what you're seeing is that Max Baucus wanted to work with Chuck Grassley across the aisle to come up with a bipartisan bill in the Senate Finance Committee. But Chuck Grassley is off the reservation with this death panel nonsense like Jerry Bowyer. And so I think where we are is that we're at a place where we're going to move forward. There will be a bill. I wouldn't bet against this if I were you, Larry. And I have to say something about what DeRoy just said a moment ago about the people coming out, Americans coming out by the thousands. Well, yeah, they are coming out by the thousands. But remember, we had 100 million more people who voted in the last election, and they voted for this. They voted for a Democratic policy.
They didn't.
Where are they? I
Democratic
see opponents. I see opponents
Yes,
coming out. I don't
they
see
did.
a lot. I see far more opponents than supporters. Despite the vote in November. You also see his popularity down to 47%.
Do you think 100 million people, this is a very important assertion that Keith is making. Do you believe 100 million people voted for a government takeover of health care insurance?
They voted for health care reform.
Absolutely, they did not. Candidate Obama pretended he was going to do something else other than this, and now there's an enormous amount of buyer's remorse out there among that.
See, Liz,
you laugh all you want, but it's the truth.
No, Liz, let me cross-rough to you, because both candidates, McCain and Obama, talked about health care reform.
Yes, they did.
I'll grant you that. But the government insurance business, that's something new, the government option. And I want to ask you, do you think Max Baucus has effectively ended that as an option, and we're going to have some kind of exchange or cooperative, Liz?
I think there's going to be some exchange. Whether or not it's off the table or not, I don't work for Senator Baucus. I don't know. But I do think the government option has been tainted by all of this nonsense in these town halls, and I do think it's going to be tougher for them to pass.
So you think it's essentially dead meat?
I think it's close to being dead meat. It's not dead yet, but it's close.
Just citizens challenge the entire idea of a government option. And we've had trouble in this country with the airlines, for example. No one said, hey, let's have a federal airline.
Yeah, no, listen, I think
No public option for airlines.
I think it's dead meat, but when I come back, I want to talk about his attack on insurance companies. I want to talk about his raising more taxes on rich people. He said we can get a little more, but that's a little more, because we're already raising taxes on them. Everybody, please stay put. We've got a lot more work to do. I don't know, Mr. Obama, offense or defense, look pretty defensive to me. Coming up on the Kudlow Report, the new bull market took a breather for the day and the week. But you know, folks, pullbacks are healthy. At least that's my take. We'll get your market strategies for the next week from two of the investment world's biggest titans. And later on, cheating investors and cheating in bed. Now, here's an interesting story. After 20 years of pillow talk, a Bernard Madoff mistress is coming clean in a new book. We're talking power, money, and sex when the Kudlow Report comes back. Ooh, very dicey for us. We'll be right back. You can't miss it.